we'll start by coming to a comfortable seated position, sitting in the middle of the mat, rooting down through the sit bones, reaching the crown of the head up, bringing the focus to the breathing, and just coming into the space that you prepared for yourself for tonight's practice. Still closed. On your next inhale, circle sweep your arms up. Bring the palms together above your head. Exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. If you have an intention you'd like to set for tonight's class, feel free to do so. Together on your next inhale, bring the hands straight up through the midline of the body. Exhale, bring the left hand down and stretch the right side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring the right hand down and stretch the left side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, bring the belly button into the spine. Hinge forward at the hips. And bring the palms to the floor if you're able. If not, you can rest them on your legs. Just reach the crown of the head long. Each of your inhales, let your air expand your back. Releasing the tension in intercostal muscles. On your next inhale, slowly rise back up, letting your fingertips drag across the floor. Circle sweeping the arms up overhead, interlacing the last three fingers and pointing thumb and forefinger to the sky, sitting straight up out of the hips. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and bend to the left. Keep that right cheek firmly rooted on the mat. Inhale back to center. Exhale and bend to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bend the elbows. Bring them down to shoulder height. And pin and squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you for half angel arms. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows again and twist to the left. to center, arms reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows and twist to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bring the hands right next to the hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press strongly down through the palms. Lift the hips off the mat and bring the belly button into the spine. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, lower the hips back down. Bring the hands behind you. Fingertips pointed towards the front of your mat or your knees. That makes more sense. Bring the shoulder blades together behind you, expressing the chest forward, opening the heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and lift the hips, pressing them forward, bringing the knees down to the mat, letting the head hang heavy between the shoulders for baby camel. Back down to the mat, coming back to your comfortable seated position. Put your hands on your knees. Let your eyelids fall heavy. Inhale, bring your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, bring the shoulders back behind you. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. On the exhale, reverse direction. Inhaling behind you. Exhaling down the front. One more. Stretch your legs out long in front, coming into staff pose. Curl and uncurl your toes. Spread your toes wide and hold it. And then curl and uncurl your toes. Lift your heels and make small circular movements with the ankles. Whatever direction you're going in, reverse direction. Bring your heels back down, come back to your comfortable seated position. Bring the left arm out in front, palm face up. Bend the elbow, and then take the right arm underneath, wrapping the forearm around, bringing the fingertips to the palm of the left hand if you're able, or grabbing onto the thumb if you can't quite get there yet. Take a deep, or on your next inhale, moving just from your shoulders, bring the crook of your elbows up to your nose, coming into eagle arms. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, moving just from the shoulders. Bring the elbows back down. Release the wrap. Bring the left arm up overhead. Bend the elbow on the exhale and use the right hand to guide yourself into a deeper stretch for the tricep. Inhale, release the hold. Exhale, bring the hands back down. Bring the right arm out in front, palm face up. Bend the elbow, and then bring the left arm underneath and around, bringing the fingertips to the palms if you're able, or holding onto the thumb. On your next inhale, moving just from the shoulders, bring the crook of the elbows up, right to the nose, going back to eagle arms. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, moving from the shoulders, bring the elbows back down. Release the bind. Bring the right arm up overhead. Bend the elbow. And then use the left hand to guide yourself into that deeper stretch. Inhale, release the hold, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring them back down to the side. Grab your strap. Come to sitting with your knees bent, feet planted. Unroll your strap, taking the strap so that it is just outside of hip distance, in between your thumb. Actively try to pull the strap apart with your shoulder blades like you're going to rip it in two. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and lean halfway back, still keeping that tension into the strap. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, come to landing on the back with the knees bent, feet planted. And then take an end of the strap into each hand. Step the foot into the middle of the strap on the ball of the foot. Straighten the left leg. Inhale and bring the right heel up, reaching to the ceiling or to the sky. As straight as you can, coming straight up out of the hip. Flexed up to the ceiling. Relax the face. Next inhale, transfer the left end of the strap into the right hand. Exhale and open the hip by bringing the right foot down to the right side, coming 90 degrees out of the hip if you're able. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Transfer the ends of the strap into the left hand, keeping the right shoulder blade on the mat. Cross the leg over the body, bringing it over to the left side. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Take the ends of the strap into each hand. Step the left foot up to meet the right, and bring the right foot back down to the mat. Straighten the left leg, reach the heel to the ceiling. transfer the right end of the strap into the left hand. Exhale, open the hip by bringing the left foot down to the left side. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Transfer the end of the straps into the right hand, keeping the left shoulder blade on the mat. Bring the left foot over to the right side. Inhale, bring the leg back up. Remove the strap. Bring the left foot to the mat, and then bend the right knee and bring the right foot to the mat. Hands come down along the sides, palms face down. Lift the back so that way you can bring the shoulder blades together behind you. Take a deep breath in. And on your next exhale, drive down through the heels, lifting the hips, coming into bridge pose. Keep the glutes squeezed at the top to keep the hips lifted. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the hips back down. Bring the knees into the chest. Hands come behind the hamstrings. Take 3 rocks to come up. On your third rock, transition into sitting with your knees bent, feet planted. Reach the arms out long in front. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lean back. Lift the shins, come into boat pose. You're practicing straightening your legs. You can do so tonight. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, bring the heels down to the mat, staying in that reclined position. Stay for the inhale. Exhale, come all the way up, cross the ankles, and come to your neutral tabletop. It's on your hands and knees. Hips directly above the knees, shoulders directly above the wrist, biceps spinning toward the front of the mat. Inhale, shift the gaze forward, slide the shoulder blades away from the ears, raise the tailbone for cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round through the spine, tucking the chin for cat. Inhale, slowly back to cow. Exhale, slowly for cat. Inhale to cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale back to neutral tabletop. Exhale, settle into the pose. Inhale, the left arm out to the side. Exhale, pass it underneath the right, coming down to the shoulder, and then extend the right arm up overhead, coming in to thread the needle. next to the face. Inhale, press yourself up, twisting as you do to bring the left arm up overhead. Exhale, bring the hand back down to the mat. Inhale, the right arm out to the side. Exhale, pass it underneath the left, coming down to the shoulder, and then extending the left arm up overhead. Bring the left hand back next to the face. Inhale, press yourself up. Again, twisting from the hips, reaching that right arm up. Exhale, bring the hand back down to the mat. Inhale, right leg out long, left leg out long, coming into plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and lower all the way down. Bring the arms out to a T. Bend the elbows, point the fingertips forward. Inhale the right leg up, over and behind the left, rolling onto the left shoulder to open the left pectoral muscle. Inhale back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale up to plank. Exhale, roll onto the right side. The right side plank. Inhale, left hand back to the mat. Exhale, lower all the way down. Bring the arms back out to a T. Bend the elbows, point the fingertips forward. Inhale, the left leg up, over and behind the right, rolling onto the right shoulder this time to open the right pectoral muscle. Inhale back to center. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale up to plank. Exhale, roll onto the left side for left side plank. Inhale the right hand back to the mat, coming back to plank. Exhale, drop the knees, come to neutral tabletop. Come to sitting on your heels, knees together. If this is too much for your knees, you can come back to your comfortable seated position. Taking your two blocks, place them on top of each other, and then lay them on their flattest side. Take your bolster, pillow, or rolled up blanket, and place it right on top. If a little bit hangs over, that's okay. Come to sitting with your knees around the bolster and blocks. The edges of the mat, the big toes touching behind. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward at the hips. Coming to rest on top of the bolster. Letting it take your weight. If you have to shift and adjust, feel free. You can put your hands underneath the bolster. You can bring them around your sides. You can put them underneath your head. Whatever is most comfortable for you tonight. let the bolster and the blocks take your weight. Let gravity open your hips if that's what it wants to do. There's no forcing the body in any poses tonight. Focus on your breathing. Breathing in through the nose for a count of 4. Pausing at the top. Breathing out for a count of 5. Nice, deep, slow, controlled breaths. We're at the halfway mark, so if you'd like to switch the cheek that you're resting on the bolster, feel free to do so. Slowly begin working yourself back up, either to your comfortable seated position or back to sitting on your heels. For the next restorative pose, take one of your blocks, place it on the outside of the mat, close to hand. Take your bolster, place it at the top. Starting with the left side, bend your knee so it's at a sharp angle, and then place it in front of you, pointing the knee at the top of the mat. Right leg stretches out straight from the hip behind you. Take that block, place it right underneath the hip, so the block takes all the weight. If you have to adjust it, feel free. You should be sitting on the block. bolster. Put it right in front of your knee and just fold over the leg. Resting your hands on the bolster. Coming into an easy pigeon pose. One more minute here. Gently begin to work your way back up. Come up to the palms of the hand first. Curl the toes of the right foot. Lift the hips. And just gently push the block off to the side. And do the same thing on the right side. So start bending the right knee, straightening the left leg, and then bringing the right knee in front, pointed towards the top of your mat. Take your block, place it underneath the right hip, and gently fold over the legs, coming to rest your head on top of your pillow or your bolster. toe of the left foot. Lift the hips, press or push that block off up to the side. Coming to sit on your knees. Take one of your blocks, put it underneath your body. Take the other block. Should be in the middle of the mat for this. Take the other block, place it on its tallest side, or its medium side. Place the bolster on top. We're going to do a supported hero's pose. If this is too much for your knees, do one leg at a time. So one leg will be extended, the other knee will be bent. If this is all right for your knees, you're going to find your bolster. You're going to gently work your way down until you're laying on it, supporting yourself on the bolster and the block behind you. Keeping your hips a little bit elevated to make this pose a little bit easier for your quads. You can rest your hands on your heels. You can put your hands on your chest. You can bring them up overhead. Whatever's most comfortable for you tonight. Side. Extend the leg of the opposite side. Plant that foot. Shift the weight into the planted foot side and then remove the other foot. Come to sitting on the block and then remove the block from underneath. Last pose before we go into our Shavasana pose. Bring your bolster to the middle of your mat. lengthwise across the mat. Take one block, put it at the back of your mat on its highest end, and the other mat or the other block will be on the medium end. Come to sitting right next to your bolster. Hip as close as you can get. And then lay over top the bolster so that it is in your side. Rest your head on the medium height block. Bring the right hand overhead and rest it on top of the block on its highest point. You want to extend your legs, you can. You can bring the knees in, whatever's most comfortable for you tonight. Let your body relax. Let the bolster and the block take your weight. Bring that arm that is extended overhead. On top, place the hand on top of your bolster. Gently prop yourself up and switch sides. back right against the bolster. Gently work your way back until you're laying on top of the block in the bolster. Hands down along the sides. You can straighten your legs if that feels good for you tonight. You can bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees fall wide to come into a modified bound ankle pose. You can bend the knees and plant the feet and bring the feet to the edges of the mat, letting the knees fall towards each other for restorative pose. except for one, who was always drunk. The master was growing old, and some of the more virtuous pupils began to wonder who would be the new leader of the group, who would be the one to receive the important secrets of the tradition. On the eve of his death, the master called the drunkard disciple and revealed the hidden secrets to him. A revolt broke out amongst the others. How shameful, they cried in the streets. We have sacrificed ourselves to the wrong master, one who cannot see our great qualities. Hearing the commotion outside, the dying master used the last of his strength to go out and address his pupils. He told them, I had to pass on these secrets to a man that I knew well, who from me nothing was hidden. All of you, my students, are very virtuous, but you only showed your good qualities. That is dangerous, for virtue often serves to hide vanity, pride, and intolerance. That is why I chose the only disciple whom I knew very well, since I can always see his defect, his drunkenness. Slowly start to come back into your body. Start by deepening your breathing. Next, open and close your hands as you curl and uncurl your toes. Maybe make small circular movements with your wrists and with your ankles. On your next inhale, reach your arms up overhead and point your toes, coming into a modified good morning stretch. On your next exhale, gently come to a comfortable seated position, eyes still closed, facing the sound of my voice.